I was like, yes, that's right. We got my girl back. Come through, June. Come on back through. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of The Handmaid's Tale, Season 2, Episode 9, Smart Power. I apologize for being late. I thought I was going to get this done early in the day. It just didn't happen. I went to the movies. I did a live stream. A lot of stuff happened, but let's hop right on into this episode. After last week's episode, Serena Joy, you have a lot of people rooting for you. They praying that you're going to see the fault in your ways and that you're going to be redeemed. I, on the other hand, am not one of them people. Whether you were deserving of your beating or not was never a question in my mind. Whether I cared about the fact that you got beat, or that it should not have happened, or I felt sorrow for you in any kind of way. This is where I was coming from. I didn't care, not one iota, that happened to you. Not one. But we're going to move on forward to this week's episode. And this week's episode actually kind of reinforces my thought process when it comes to Serena Joy. But let's start off. Like, you ever sit into a space, making up a story about your surroundings, about the people, people watching. You making up stories about what could be happening and going on in their life. You in this old dive, and it could be a potential meeting place for secret lovers or something, or you could be going through a subway tunnel, and then in your mind that you imagine that this could be an escape route during an apocalypse or something like that. I do that all the time. Maybe it's the writer in me, but I'm always creating new worlds from whatever surrounding I put myself in, my current existence. Well, this is what June was doing starting off. We opening up the episode. She is imagining that the Waterford house could have been an Airbnb, with limited amount of rape ritual being required. Or it could have been like a rooming house, connecting women that's like her with reduced circumstances. And she feels like she is lucky right now to even have circumstances, because at least she's alive. This is a defeatist mentality, girl. It's a defeatist. I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not in that situation, but that's what my mind is saying right now. So she's saying, you know what? I could feel the baby kicking. And that's no small feat. That is a sign of what's possible to her. This room that she has, this roof over her head, her daily routine, going to the market, that's what's possible to her. What is impossible is Hannah, Luke. I'm like, wait a minute, June. Wait a doggone minute. Because it sounds like you're giving up, girl. It sounds like you're giving up. And she was like, it does no good to want for the impossible. I was like, oh, come on, girl. Snap out of this. Snap out, right? So Rita comes in and she tells her that they've been summoned. And she don't know what it's about, but they go into the study and Fred tell them, hey, we about to go on a little trip. Me, Serena, Joy, and Nick. We heading up to Canada. And at first I thought Eden was gonna be part of it. But in the meantime, we're gonna bring in this new guy named Isaac. Isaac's gonna be in charge of the house, in charge of the girls. So Fred, he seemed to be moving a little bit better. They're a little further along now. And he thinks that this the opportunity to go to Canada is a chance for them to have some diplomacy between them and Canada. And I'm hoping this whole time that Isaac was part of Mayday. I'm like, a girl can dream, right? I'm hoping that Isaac was a part of Mayday. Well, Serena, she's out of her greenhouse and gray mold has now infected her plants and so attacking her foliage. And I was like, how symbolic is that gray mold? It could be, to me, the return of her blackened heart. Or it could just be symbolic of Fred's return to that household. It just, I'm gonna go with both of them right now. Could be one or the other. So she is trying not to go on this trip, but doggone weird, Fred is not gonna leave you there with June. But He trying to swing it like, I need you, girl. I need you. The world is seeing us as an oppressive nation. We oppress our women. We don't give our women voices. So come on down here and pretend with me and show them that they wrong. And he go to touch her, and she flinch and everything. The weight of his hand is just too heavy on her skin. But baby, I cannot wait till she shake this feeling of shame and fear off and fuck Fred up. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm still not gonna be rooting for her. I may be rooting for her to whip his ass, but I'm still not gonna be rooting for her. I just want that to happen. I mean, because for me, remember Marissa Tomei when she came and she was at the Toxic Wasteland? Serena Joy can meet that same demise as Marissa did. That's how I feel about her. So, Lil Eden, she not going on the trip. She baked Nick some cookies and everything, and like, I'm gonna miss you, boo. And Nick is like, he can't even pretend to care about this little girl. And I was thinking at first that she about to give June the blues while everybody gone. Well, Serena comes in, says her goodbyes to the baby, give her love, and June assures her everything is gonna be A-okay, which basically means I'm not gonna try to run this time. So Serena Joy tell her, oh, by the way, I gave it a lot of thought. When the baby comes, you got to go. Get to stepping. And June is like, oh, no. Ramona, get out. No. That's how June was feeling, like, she's like, yeah, you got to go when the baby come here. And I'm like, June, why do you keep trying to show compassion to this woman? Like, girl, bye. June say, that's not happening. The handmaid is supposed to stay with the baby until the baby is weaned. Serena say, look, we done had more than enough for each other, don't you think? It's time to cut the purse strings. That's all June can say. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, the Waterfords arrive in Toronto. I do like the fact that they're holding it in Toronto as the city, because it is one of the most diverse parts of Canada that I've seen. Like, it's not without racial or cultural conflict, but it's still miles ahead of a lot of places as far as diversity is concerned. Well, anyway, Maura, I know I'll be pronouncing her name wrong. It's like Moira or something like that. But anyway, I call her Maura. Her and Luke, they watching the news as the diplomats from Gilead arrive. Of course, nobody wants to say what their names are, but she recognizes Waterford off the bat. And Luke is like, what? Who? What you say? That's him. So the reporter on the news is like, the ambassadors in Anchorage expressed deep disappointment in Canada's willingness to speak to Gilead. Same way we feel about old President Zero going over there meeting with North Korea. But that's how Anchorage is feeling. And like, they very disappointed in Canada's willingness to meet with the Gilead leaders, especially considering their beliefs and their policies. I'm like, this sounds familiar. This sounds like this just happened the other day. But Moira and Luke, they roll down to the Little America Center, and they like arrest his ass. He's a war criminal. True that. He kidnapped my wife. He's a serial rapist. Yada this, yada that. But oh girl, it's like, we are visitors here. We are visitors in Canada. We can't enforce any of our laws. She said, it's gonna be a protest though, so I hope you go down there and speak out. And Moira's like, for what? What am I speaking out for? But when Luke walked out of there and said, thank you for your time, something told me that he was about to go Samuel Jackson in A Time to Kill. Or at least that's what I was hoping. I was like, he about to get it. I just hope he don't get caught if he do it. Well, Serena riding through town and looking at all the stuff that life used to offer her. She got a half smile on her face like, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I remember the times. Well, it's couples kissing on the sidewalk. People just out here, they just being free. That's what people out here doing. They greeted by some delegates or ambassadors or whatever, Stuart, Claudine, and Kevin. And Kevin is like, I used to visit the States with my husband. Right? He wanted to make sure Fred knew he had a husband. And Fred was like, well, after our talks, tourism gonna pick up again, so come on back. Never say nah. I ain't gonna come back there until we feel like we welcomed. Okay? I hear you, Kevin. I hear you. Well, Serena, she ain't even introduced to the doggone delegates. And when she is greeted by Genevieve, I think how they pronounce it. She giving her little daily schedule, and she reminded of home. It ain't nothing but pictures. The same way y'all treat the handmaids, since they ain't not allowed to read. Since your people ain't allowed to read, we ain't gonna let you read either. Genevieve was hitting her. She was hitting her, subtly hitting her ass. Bam! You ain't letting your people read. You ain't gonna be able to read either, right? And so she is very confronted, with how she's been treating people. They go off to Serena's room and they walking through the garden. Serena's amazed at how the flowers are blooming, and Genevieve is like, is garden common among the wives there? I, on the other hand, am engrossed in my work, and when I get a little downtime, which ain't much because I work a lot, I like to read. I went to study French. I cooks. I'm like, she is gut punching her with everything that she is allowed, all her little freedoms that she is allowed. Well, back at home, June and Janine, they walking together to the market. Janine is still hopeful that Naomi is going to let her see that baby again. I don't think so. I don't think so, girl. But if it happened, it won't be because of Naomi. It'll be because of Putnam. Well, when June tell her that Serena is putting her out, Janine is like, oh, hell no. She can't do that. That's not fair. You got to nurse that doggone baby. Isaac is in the back like, be quiet. Stop talking. Janine said, you be quiet. We having a conversation. She don't be thinking, but I love me some Janine. I love me some Janine. And he toned up like, you better be quiet, unwoman. Really? Now, the unwomen were actually supposed to be the lesbians and the ones that were saying, oh, she was into the toxic wasteland, so I guess she was still considered an unwoman. Janine turned around and say, suck my dick. I was like, yeah, you go ahead, girl. I was channeling Beyonce at that moment. I was like, suck my balls. Tell her, suck your dick. But, even in my radical mindset, wow. Isaac, old punk ass, rushed up on Janine and butter her right in the head with that damn rifle. Oh, I was like, scratch my earlier hopes of him being with Mayday. Oh, he ain't no good to us. Then he grabbed June and hauled her off while Janine laying on the ground bleeding like, oh, you little funky ass prick. Oh, Isaac got to die. He got to die. Somebody need to poison his drinking water. Well, back at the hotel in Canada, Serena is just continuously confronted with everyday people, women wearing tank tops allowed to show some skin, everybody on their cell phones checking the internet. Then this little girl mistakes her for a princess. And Serena's like, no, honey, I'm not. That's right, little girl. She far from a princess. And you ain't supposed to be talking to strangers anyway. But that mama looked like she was so disgusted because she's a good Christian woman. She wasn't going to give her a piece of her mind. Well, Serena meets a man at the bar and automatically assumes that he's a journalist. And I was thinking, Serena, girl, don't let Fred catch you with that dude. But, she tried to move away from him. And, he follows. He presses on. Serena already peeping this game, though. She's like, who the heck are you? No, I don't talk to the press. Well, he turns out to be an American representative that works for the government, Mr. Mark Tuella. So she like, what gives then? What you want? And he claims he helps people. And he could help her. She could be on a plane to Hawaii right now, never looking back at Gilead, free. But I don't know. Everybody is assuming that she is where she don't want to be. Serena is right where she want to be. This is the world that she helped create. She right where she want to be. She in her woman's place. So he coaxes her a little more, and like, look here, Gilead blames women for infertility, but the old America, we still around. We know that's not true because, like, we got our scientists working on it. A lot of progress has been made. We know it's the fault of the man, and you could come back and have your own child and freedom right along with it. This piqued her interest a little bit, but she was like, I already got a baby. He said, damn well that's not your child. You don't know what you're talking about. I had to pause for a second because I am glad that they are showing that America as it used to be has not completely succumbed to the idea of Gilead. Gilead is basically a new country that's been formed, a new union. which they said for years that they fear is going to have to happen here in the United States, the way that it used to be, you know, when it was the North against the South. Um, so the union still exists. It's kind of small, you know, and I wonder what states were all part of this union. He spoke of Hawaii, and since Alaska um, voiced their this taste about them coming there, I'm assuming Alaska is part of that old America as well. Well, Serena said, well, if you had done your research a little better, you know doggone well that I would not betray my country. And Mark is like, you already did. I'm like, tell her, Mark. Tell her, Mark. Get it together. Well, back at the Waterfords, June and Isaac, they come in the house. Rita's like, damn, where my damn chicken is? You know this baby need to eat. But Isaac is an asshole. So she was like, I guess we're going to have beans. I was like, poison his pots. Poison his pot, Rita. I mean, the way that they was focusing on that jar of beans coming down off the counter, I was like, is she gonna put something in there? Is she gonna put a, you know that song Goodbye Earl from the Dixie Chicks, when they poison his black eyed peas? Poison his peas, baby. Poison them. But before June go off to bed, because Isaac told her it was time for her to take a nap, she asked Rita to swing back for a second. And she asked Rita to look out for the baby, because she possibly be like a godmother. And Rita's like, we don't even baptize babies here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how much involvement that Rita is really going to have with this baby once it comes. Because like Rita is in reduced circumstances as well. But she said she's going to do her best. She's going to do her best. Well, the Waterfords arrived at the site of the protest. And Lucas in the crowd holding up his picture of him, June, and Hannah. And I'm like, I hope they see him. I hope they see him. Luke rush up like, Waterford, you raped my wife, you piece of shit. And Waterford is like, Commander Waterford to you. Get your facts, and you got your facts messed up. And the two guards block Luke. But Serena and Nick both take notice of the photo that he was holding. So Luke was like, you know, remember my face, asshole. I'm going to remember yours. Fred, old cocky ass, is like, hey, you need to study your scripture, buddy, because the kingdom, his kingdom, lives on forever. Well, Luke tried to get a jab in. He tried to, but yeah, it was a fail, epic fail. Well, you can clearly see that Serena and Nick are taken back, but I think for very different reasons. And I'm like, I am so mad at Canada right now. Like, Fred said they had a border agreement on the table and possible extradition. I was like, the fuck you do? Like, really? Really, Canada? This how you gonna do us? This is why I could not watch this show before I went to work this morning, because I figured I was gonna go to work mad, so I couldn't do it, y'all. I had to apologize. I've been cussing everybody out, but Fred did realize that that was June's husband, because he asked Serena, did the husband cause her any worry? She was like, no. I was like, it didn't look that way to me. Did your morals get shaken up a little bit, Serena? They get shaken up. You ain't never felt morals in your body before, have you, girl? Well, it's the end of the night, and Nick tracked down Luke in the bar. He drunk as a fucking skunk. He drunk. I'm surprised Luke didn't just jump up and punch Nick on GP. But Luke is like, you know, leave me the fuck alone. What the hell you here for? And he like, I know June. She's my friend. Then he dropped that bomb on Luke that she's pregnant. But he didn't tell him that he was the daddy. He said it was Waterfords. And he passed the letters on him. It's like they had a gift from June. And Luke was like, look, tell her that I love her. Tell her I won't stop loving her. I keep on fighting for it till I get her out. And let her know that Moore made her safely too. And I hope that he really does relay this message. I think Nick will. And so I can give her a little bit of hope. Like, she needs some major freaking hope right now. But at the same time, I think it's going to make Nick pull away. Aunt Lydia. She at the house checking on the baby, making sure everything's fine. And, you know, she questioned her about the interaction with Isaac. And she wasn't as hard on her as I thought. Like, she was just basically saying, you know, just remember your place and mind your tongue. Well, June said, well, can I be honest with you? You know, I did like, yeah, go on, shoot your shot. Well, so Rena Joy wants me out, you know, once the baby is born. The look on Aunt Lydia's face was like, the heck you talking about? What you mean? But, you know, she had to keep playing her part. She was like, you know, that is her choice. You know, she could do what she want to do. But you can clearly tell Aunt Lydia was not pleased at all. And then she said, June said, you know, I know this right here could be a difficult house. I just want this baby to grow up in a safe place. No, plant them seeds, June. Plant them seeds in Aunt Lydia's head, girl. I literally say, I know what the heck children need. But June, she kept on pressing on. She like, look, have you ever been a godmother, before this happened, right? And I literally say, don't even try it. Do not even try to play on my feelings. Insolence will not be permitted, child. She's like, I'm already making tolerance for you. Don't keep stepping over your bounds. Come on now. June pressed on some more. She was like, in my experience, any man who would hurt a woman would hurt a child. And this baby needs protection. You know what I'm saying? I think Aunt Lily heard loud and clear then. She heard loud and clear. And she vowed to never let anything happen to that baby. Any baby, for that matter. But June, she gonna put Aunt Lydia on alert, honey. Aunt Lydia even got a little personal, like, yeah, I used to be my sister's godmother. The baby died, though, but it wasn't my fault, Well, Luke and Moira, they reading the letters that Nick gave her, and I can't even remember the last time I heard Erin talk. But she's talking right now, and Moira is mad that it's only letters. She's like, this should have been some C4 or something to blow Gilead to pieces, Erin say these letters could very well indeed blow them to pieces. But the next morning, Stuart walk on in with Kevin and Claudine, and he come up to Fred and Serena like, hey, so about that meeting, right? It ain't happening, partner. It ain't happening no more. Y'all can just go on straight to the airport, get the heck up out of here. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, just bounce. That's all you can do. Fred is like, what the heck do you mean? Kevin like, he had the distinct pleasure to say, you and your wife are no longer welcome in Canada. I was like, and, I'm like, not just Toronto. The whole country, Canada, you ain't welcome here. Oh my goodness. So Fred is like, what's the problem here? We got an issue. Well, the letters have hit social media. Yes, they did. Power to the motherfucking people, baby. Stuart is like, our citizens are not pleased at all. We gonna stand by our citizens. Fred's like, you gonna believe the words of those ladies in the letter? He said, oh yeah, I believe him. He's like, well, you believe me yesterday? He said, well, today, our relationship is no longer sustainable, baby. Oh, what? Why you gotta lie, Fred? You ain't got to lie, Fred. You ain't got to lie. Because if you think the Gilead way is so motherfucking righteous, what you lying for? Own up to your shit. Speak on it. Yeah, I kidnap women and rape them. What you gonna do about it? But no, you hiding, shucking and diving behind the truth too. You got the nerve to call Stuart a coward. No, you's the coward, sir. You are the coward here. Walking abominations to humanity. So, where am I at? Okay, so, Claudine, Serena, I don't know how you live with yourself. It's sad what they've done to you. They ain't did none of her. Serena did it to her doggone self. Well, the crowd is surrounding their cars. They can barely get to the doggone plane. People are clamoring. They throwing things and everything. And I bet this is giving Serena a little bit of PTSD from when she got shot. But Fred is so full of himself, like they can't even control their own people. That's because they free. Well, Moore walked up to the limo and banged on the window like, remember me, Fred? Remember me? She had a sign up that says, my name is Moira, not Ruby, asshole. I know he's thinking, that bitch got away. How the fuck she get up here? Well, back at the spot, everybody's celebrating the exit of the Waterfords. They have left Canadian airspace, right? And somebody starts singing America the Beautiful. America, America, God shed his grace on me. I'm so glad it wasn't a national anthem. I'm so glad. With all the controversy over that old fucked up raggedy ass song, America the Beautiful was fitting. So anyway, however, Luke does not seem as satisfied. And I think it hit more to that, we celebrating that they gone, but damn, June is still there because she just broke down crying. And I know he feeling like he wish he could have done more, or he should have done more, but well, the Waterfords arrived home, faces all correct. Yes. And June is in the window watching their arrival. Fred is like, They will never let me hear the end of this mess. And he lucky Andrew Price and Cushion ain't around, because they would have had his head. Well, he thanks Serena for being there for him and say, you know, we're one of the lucky ones. Serena just looks at him and heads off to her separate bedroom. That invite to freedom by Mark Duello is looking a little promising, huh, Serena? Nope. I'll be damned, because she took them doggone matches and tossed them in the fire. Like, She is in the life that she helped create. She gonna sit and stew in that shit, because she can't be wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is the life that she helped made. The bed, she lied down with fleas, or this the bed. She did all this stuff. This is where she's supposed to be. Well, Nick stopped by June's room, and I was like, oh Lord, here come the waterworks, you know. Well, he tell her the letters got out and how much of a difference they made. And she's like so ecstatic, like, what, are you serious, right? And then he tell her about Luke. Yeah, I met your husband. You know, she was all hugged up on him at first, and he pulled back. I knew he was going to pull back. Said, I met your husband, and he's the one I gave the letters to, and he's the one that got him out. He said he loved you, and he ain't going to never stop love you. And Moira got out, too. And before he left, though, he said, I love you. And he kissed her gently on her cheek. And I think that was the last kiss goodbye to whatever relationship that they had. June just couldn't see it yet, because she was so happy to hear that Luke and Moira was alive, baby. Because now she could see that the impossible is possible. In the end, June was like, you know, I could just accept my fate, you know. I could accept the fact, the little baby in the bun, that she gonna be born here. But fuck that. I was like, yes, that's right. We got my girl back. Come through, June. Come on back through. Oh, yeah, this was a good episode. This is a good episode. I thank y'all so much for being patient with me and waiting on this to come around. We had such a hearty discussion last week in the comment section. I think the comments still going on. Very interesting. We even had one fool try to tell me that June was a slut because she sleeping with her damn rapist. Like she had a fucking choice. But, you know, it was only one of many. So I appreciate y'all all being here. Like and comment and share the video. Again, I apologize for being late. Next week I should be on time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.